What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are back here today for another deck profile, and this time it's for Scrap Dino. So we managed to get the stuff ahead of time to put this together, but we unfortunately had to wait for the Scrap Chimera, so we're bringing this list out a day after the set has dropped. So hopefully you've gotten your hands on some Scrap Raptors if you're looking at building this, and yeah, here's a bit of a list that I've put together. I quite enjoy it. It is 43 cards. The reason why I like playing 43 cards in something like Dino is because you do play some stuff that can be considered as garnets. So I prefer to go over the 40 cards a little bit, not a lot. Optimally, I would typically go 44 cards, but for this list, we've gone 43. Because, yeah, obviously you are playing the scrap package. There's some garnets involved in that, as well as some other things that we've decided to tech in as well. That does also involve some garnets, so going above 40 is my recommendation. However, there are like 9 hand trap variant kind of cards you can switch out for anything, so you can consider cutting those if you do want to bring this down to 40. But before we get started, as always, please remember to drop down below and hit that subscribe button if you are new here, because we are always happy to have new people on the channel. And we'll get on into the deck profile. Actually, before we get into the deck profile, there'll probably be a booster box opening tomorrow morning coming out, I think my time. So, like Saturday morning Australia, it'll probably be like Friday night US time, / like international, whatever. However time zones work, we're going to go to locals this afternoon and crack open a booster box. We'll record it, and then we'll get that up tomorrow morning. But let's get on into the deck profile. Okay, so starting us off, we are playing 3 copies of Scrap Raptor. Again, like I said earlier, we're playing intentionally like above the amount of cards that we should normally be playing because we don't want to draw those garnets. So that's the reason why we are playing 3 Scrap Raptor. If you are trimming the line a little bit, you can cut a Scrap Raptor. It is always like not super necessary to open Scrap Raptor for the combo. Like you can summon it from deck, and it's honestly more like better off if you do it that way. However, Scrap Raptor plus Lost World is still full combo, which is the reason why we're playing 3 of them. We've maxed out at both of those kind of lines. Next off, we have some garnets. We've got 1 copy of the Scrap Chimera and 1 copy of the Scrap Golem. Luckily, I managed to pick this up for like 35 Australian, like right before it had its second like absolutely colossal skyrocket. Yeah, I think it was Chaotic Factory here in Australia I got this from. It was like 35 bucks. It was like, good deal, good deal. And yeah, Scrap Golem, Scrap Raptor, Scrap Chimera. You just kind of need it for the scrap package to get you those reborns out. Of course, this is a 4, so you get it from the second normal summon. Scrap Golem is what you summon for deck. Bring back your Scrap Raptor. Big combo time. Then for your dinos, we are playing 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Of course, big UCT, like, card's broken. Has a lot of text, just goes burr, attacks over everything. Reason why you play Dino, because it OTKs like crazy. Then we've got 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor, your primary normal summon, just facilitates literally everything. 3 copies of Misk. Wouldn't surprise me if this card goes to 1 on the next ban list. Like, Scrap Raptors are common. They don't really need to hold this deck in and support it super heavy. They can just put Miscellaneousaurus to 1 if they need to. We are playing 3 copies of Baby. Again, this is something you can cut to 2 if you would like to. If you want to, like, trim down on that space. Alternatively, I only own 1 copy of Animador and Archosaur, so I'm only playing 1. I would probably recommend cutting 1 of these for an Animador and Archosaur. However, it's not super bad to have 3 babies. It does give you a bit more of like a long-term kind of control, because you sometimes can burn 2 in 1 turn. Then, of course, 1 copy of the Petit Pterodon. This is our other baby that we're going to be popping, and then we're going to do big combo. Then, like I said earlier, I only have 1 copy of Animador and Archosaur. I would recommend playing 2 of this, because you really don't want to draw it. However, if you do draw it, you have a baby in hand, you can still do like some sort of full combo. After this, we've got some more 1 of dinos in 1 copy of Pancratops, because it's at 1, and then 1 copy of Giant Rex. It just gives you that recursion level 4 every time it's banished, which is good. Then we are playing the Barrier Statue line, so we have the 1 copy of Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. It can just like auto-win certain matchups when you're going first. If you can just slap it down, your opponent will have to take their entire turn committing to out this, and then you just like fold your arms and you're like, okay, now next turn I kill you. Then we get into our hand trap lines. These can always be like cut or switch for anything that you like. We're playing 3 copies of Nibiru, and then we're playing 3 copies of Ash. The reason why I'm going with 3 copies of Ash over like more of a power card is because it is a monster-based hand trap that will go to the graveyard. It does facilitate your double evolution pill, even though the scrap package does open that up as well as some other lines involving like babies and stuff like that. That finishes us up for the monsters though, so we'll now get into the spells. We've got 3 copies of Lost World. Of course, when you have this plus Scrap Raptor, it is full combo. Alternatively, it does shut down a whole lot of decks, gives you that token. That token gives you so much play. I think like activating this and then like getting the token to your opponent's board is relatively an auto win against Altergeist, because they very much struggle to like interact with you when they can't target anything but the token. Then we have 3 copies of Fossil Dig. After that, of course, card card, very good. It says Dinosaur. It's like Rotor's banned for a reason. Rotor's at 1 for a reason. This card probably could also go to 1 if we don't see a miss get hit. Although that would kill me, that would bum me out because I like the supers. Then we have next off our Double Evolution Pill for summoning our big boy from the deck. You might have noticed we are no longer playing stuff like Overset Quoteless. It's just not really needed anymore with the Animador and Darchosaur. You don't need to search this as much with that. You can just go, okay, Animador and Darchosaur gets you pluses on top as well, so hence that's why you go this way. Then we have the 1 copy of Terraforming, because you do want to max out on your copies of Lost World, because it just gets you so much advantage. Next off, for our last one of, we play 1 copy of Called by the Grave, just gets rid of those pesky hand traps. Then for our next of our hand trap kind of variance cards, we're playing 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet. Again, this can be cut or switched to anything that you like. It's simply just what I've decided to go with. And then we have 3 copies of Pot of Prosperity to round out the main deck. This is now typically going first build, so the half damage from the Prosp isn't going to hurt you that badly. You're just going to set up a very big board and then just kind of hopefully win from there. Next turn you can push for big damage with UCT. Even if you do activate the Prosper though, you can do a lot of damage with this deck. Okay, next off we have the extra deck, and starting us off with our typical Dino, not Dino, they are dragons. It is 2 copies of Evolzar Dolka, and then we have the 1 copy of Lagia. Dolka's just at the moment probably the best card. Like, this one only gets to activate once, whereas these can activate once each. Not once per turn, which is also incredibly broken. Then for our other rank 4, we're playing the 1 copy of Babis Dweller, just because it floodgates out so many decks, so you just really want to have access to it when you've got that rank 4 toolbox. For our Synchros, we're playing the 1 copy of Savage Dragon, because this is what you're typically going to be making with your Scrap Raptor plus something else. There is also another option I've considered to go down, and that is 1 copy of Naturia Barkion. Requires an Earth Tuner and an Earth Non-Tuner. A Baby is an Earth Non-Tuner that is a level 2. Scrap Raptor is an Earth Tuner that is a level 4. So, Naturia Barkion is a pretty handy tech that you can throw in against some Floodgate decks that aren't going to have the best time against a Barkion. Of course, you'd always have to be careful if they go, like, activate trap card, you go Barkion, and they go strike. That's always going to hurt you, like, regardless of a lot of things, so having follow-up's always going to be best. However, this is what we've decided to go with. It's not always going to get slapped down on your end board, however, it's just a cute tech card you can have in certain matchups. Then for our links, we're playing 1 copy of Almirage, 1 copy of Linkuriboh, and 1 Secure Gardener for our small boy package. Then for more of our mid-range, we have a card you can cut. That is 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix if you do want to change up the extra deck. Of course, you're playing Prosp anyway, so you don't mind playing cards that you're going to get rid of anyway. Then go for our scrap package. I almost forgot to actually put this in here. I was putting this extra deck together, and I was like, man, there's so much space in here. What have I forgotten? It was 1 copy of Scrap Wyvern, a pretty important card when you're playing a scrap engine. Then we have, of course, our Reproducus and our Simorgh Bird of Sovereignty. This is just for summoning out that Wind Barrier statue and doing just unfair things. Wouldn't surprise me if we could actually see this getting banned on the next ban list. Like, that would not surprise me at all. Then finishing us off, we have our Link Force. We have the 1 copy of Appaloosa, because you can pretty easily throw this down on any end board and end on a bunch of monster negates. And then we have the 1 copy of Access Code Talker for doing essentially the exact same thing, except punching your opponent for a lot of damage. But that will wrap us up here for the deck profile for this one. So as always, if you do have any recommendations or things you would change, do make sure to comment them down below. Do check out the deck profile, or not the deck profile, sorry, the box opening that we're going to be doing tomorrow. That'll be up on the channel in the morning. Hopefully I get it edited. It won't be too, like, amazing of an edit job, because I'm going to be doing it, like, on the go, because I won't be home tonight. So, yeah, do check that out in the morning. And as always, I've been Ben from NolanTCG, and have a good afternoon, everybody.